Good morning, everybody. Hold, Coop, you ain't got no sound, honey.
Yeah, I had it muted. I pulled a Georgie. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yep, she went muted.
I
Good
went
morning, good
muted
morning, good morning,
because
guys.
my entire glass of coffee just went in my keyboard.
Uh oh. Uh oh. Well, take a minute and clean it up. Just clean it up. We'll still be here when you get done. Good morning, good morning, good morning, chat. How are you guys doing this morning? Please leave your DNA. Ah, that's cool as shit, Paul. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Let me go pull this bad boy up here and see what's going on. All right, question. I've already asked Georgie this, so I'm going to ask you guys. As you see the microphone in the picture, which usually I don't have it in the picture. So, do you guys, is it too loud, too crackly, too soft here, or do you like it here? Is it easier here, or do you like it closer to my mouth? I'm gonna just let you guys decide what you like, and that's where we're gonna go. I it sounds the same to me either way with my headphones, so that's why I'm asking you guys' opinion. Do you like it away from me, or do you like it up closer? It's entirely up to y'all. Tell me what you like. Oh my goodness. I got to get used to this delay. By the time I say something and you guys actually hear it, there's a delay. So I got to make sure I'm still talking till it gets to you, or there's going to be some dead air. All right. We got 14 watching and 9 likes. So everybody hit that like button. And if you don't mind, share this puppy out to all your social media. That way, ScrewTube will send it out into the interwebs. You like it closer, see, girl? All right, all right. Sound a little deeper. All right, Johnny D. Good, 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 good. Dwayne, good morning. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, I ain't sticking it in my mouth there, Tim. So you can get that out of your head. I know that's what you're thinking. It's going to stay this close, which actually it looks farther away from me than it actually is. It's only about 4 inches from my mouth, but on camera, it actually looks like it's farther. Good morning, Max Lab. Gary's in the house. What's up, buddy? Oh my goodness, we got 19 watching and 9 likes. So, all you trolls, I know you're not able to comment because you're not subscribed, but you can hit that like button or you can hit that dislike button. Makes no difference to me. Pick one. All right, all right. So, everybody, how you like this cold weather? Man, I don't know if all you guys got cold weather, but Jesus, it dropped down into the mid 40s last night. Being down here in Florida, that's not a good thing. It just chills your bones. Just chills your bones. Max Lab, what's happening? Mr. Voss, what's up? There's Kinley. Nope, Kinley want to see. Come here, Tick. Come on, baby girl. There you go, Miss Kinley. There's the baby girl for you. You get you a bird fix in for this morning. Do you remember how to turn it on, Tim? I'll just get Georgie to do it. I don't remember how to turn it on, but okay, let's go see. Engage with your audience. I know that it's set in my main. Good morning, Muzzy. I know that my sub thing is set in the
I'm back.
main. All right, Georgie, set the subscriber thing. It's set on the actual video itself in YouTube land, but it's not set on here.
Okay, so for my mods that have full powers, if you are on your device, I know how to do it, but on the computer, I'm not quite sure how to do it yet for the mods. But you go to where you would change from live chat to top messages. You'll hit community moderation, participant mode, and hit subscribers. And I normally do for about 10 minutes on mine, but on Coops, I'm going to do 20 minutes. Just like that.
I still don't see where you're doing that.
I don't know how to do it on the PC. Now, for channel owners, for us to do it, it's in our YouTube studio.
Yeah, I have it set in the studio for all my videos.
Morning, Max.
But I'm not sure, even though it's set in my YouTube studio, it should still be set here too, right? But anyway, it's set now. Thank you, Tim. Go watch. I think Georgie put a video up on that, how to do it.
I did a stream to teach my mods how to yeet people and all that good stuff.
I'll post the link for it. Did you get your stuff all shared out everywhere?
I was working on that until my coffee decided to yeetus, defeat us, and ruin my keyboard.
Lilu, what's happening? Good morning. Good morning.
This Thursday feels like a Monday with everything. And as I was cleaning up my coffee, I have a plant shelf above my computer. And it has one of these little wooden dowel rods on it where I put my hanging plants on it. And I was bent over my computer screen wiping the desk off, and my elbow hits that dowel rod and it fell down on top of me. And I'm like, oh, I see how today's going to go.
Okay, that says I'm still trying to figure out where to do it on here.
Miss Nancy, yes, my husband come in here and he flipped it upside down. He said he's going to take it apart and clean it with rubbing alcohol after it dries.
Oh, wow. Why is that not letting me move my screen?
That's an ad good. For a giant Georgie. A giant Georgie. What? Huh? He must have got an ad for a gremlin.
There we go. Open panel. Oh, see, I'm not used to the computer, so there's a lot of stuff that I'm not fully aware of because I haven't been on the computer. Well, especially with live streams. I haven't. Oh, shit. Now it's funky dunked again. This is just driving me nuts now. Oh, maybe that's where. Huh. Okay. All right. Whatever. I'll figure it out down the road somewhere. Why? Yes. All right. Talk to him for a few minutes. I'll be right back.
Yes, ma'am. Palmer sits on a towel. The hubby, of course, came to the rescue. I have his keyboard now until mine is dried out and cleaned. His is all pretty. Bye. See what you did? All he's doing is sitting there playing with his toys. Leave him alone. Oh. Good morning, Miss Kathy. Right, Paul? I feel like I need to just go back to bed and start back over. The squeaking was Tiny's toy in the background. He thinks it's hilarious to make noise.
All right, I'm back. I went in and turned the video on the TV with the muted. That way it
Right.
can sit there and just play as we're playing. Get them watch hours. Man, I checked my watch hours this morning. I'm over 5K on watch hours.
Heck yeah.
So now if we have to take a day off for some reason, something happens, I don't have to really worry about losing watch hours.
Mm-hmm.
Now that everything's back to where it's supposed to be, if I wanted to, as long as I post at least once a week, either a live stream or a video, I'm good to go. That's the reason why I lost my monetization, is because I quit posting.
Right. I
Good
am
morning.
at 2,310 public hours.
There you go. And these live streams, they've been getting you up there. I mean,
Yeah.
your actual views on your video aren't that far behind mine. So you've got about the same amount of people watching you as they are watching me. I don't know what you have on. I can't see your watch hours, but oh, I got my first tally came in, a whole whopping 62 cents.
Hey, something's better than nothing.
Well, that's just for one day, and it takes about, YouTube's always about 3 or 4 days behind. So whatever you're doing for 3 or 4 days, it doesn't catch up on YouTube's end till 3 or
I was
4
about
days
to
later.
say, I just clicked on that one thing you told me to click on the dashboard, the actual watch hours. I'm
Right.
at 3K, but it under the earn, it's not caught up to the 3K yet.
Yeah, don't look at the earn. Click on the watch hours and then go up to the top and hit 365, and that'll tell you how many watch hours you truly have for the past 365 days, which you haven't been doing this for a whole year. So it's going to show you your watch hours through the lifetime of your channel, which, how long have you been actually uploading content?
Since August.
Yeah, so see, you haven't even been a year, so it's going to show you the watch hours for every single thing that you've uploaded.
According to the actual watch hours, I have 3,016.3.
There you go.
So we just have to let the earn get caught up.
Yeah, the earn is what it, for you to go monetized, you have to wait until that catches up. Because I was like 4,500, and it was still saying I only had 35 earn hours, 3,500.
Yeah.
Well, then I got the go ahead and apply popped up, and so I applied, and it put me back to monetization. But we need to get you up. There you go. We need to get you up to 500 just so you can do members if you want to, and you can do super chats.
Well, hello, Delilah. Papa Paul, Lulu.
Oh, disabled. I can't pronounce the last name.
Delilah.
Delilah. Good morning, Delilah. How are you today? Every time I see Paul Voss's pop up with that eagle, it reminds me of Heather May.
Mm-hmm. Ken.
Kinley, did you get your tickles fixed a while ago? There's Mama.
Mama Coop.
She lost all of her weight, so now just the slightest little breeze freezes her.
Hey, I know how she feels. I mean, I'm a big girl, but I have anemia and iron issues, and I freeze to death.
Oh man, that's cool. I got 20 likes and 27 people watching. So that's a good way to start the day right there.
We got Gary. Good morning, Gary.
But you're going to have, once you get to 500, or especially 1,000, man, you're going to have all kinds of new toys to play with. Hello, Kinley. Did you get to see Tickles a while ago?
Max, I saw your comment, darling. Why is she having to make everything go private?
Who that?
Megan.
Huh?
Megan's having to put all her streams on private after she's done. I'm gonna guess it's because of the Thunder Cows. JT, if you don't cut it out.
I don't understand why she would have to. She's not doing anything that would get her in trouble, I don't believe. Those guys, and this is what it really gets to me. Stupid Dave, he knows the TOS of YouTube. He knows that when you use your channel to deliberately go after and attack another channel, that is a complete breach of YouTube's TOS. So
that's what I thought, because the Thundercat cows are trying to copyright strike her.
That's why I just don't show shit. I don't put their name in anything on my streams or my videos. I don't put any of their content in anything that I do. I don't have to, because if Georgie and I are talking about them disasters over there, you guys in the chat know exactly what we're talking about. We don't have to show you shit. Am I wrong, Georgie?
No. We've got DK Lucas, our other Gary. Palmer's.
I'm actually thinking about taking Spawn's advice on this building a computer. I ran across a guy on YouTube this morning, and he teaches you. I mean, you can spend as much as you want, but he'll put up a video like, okay, I can teach you to build a gaming system for $500. And he shows you, he gets in all the parts, and he walks you through every single step to put that computer together. And so I'm thinking, all right, what are you going to do with operating system once the computer's put together? He's even got a video on that. You take an 8 gigabyte USB drive, you put it in your computer, you go over to Windows 11, you download it right to the USB drive. And now that you've got this brand new computer sitting here with no operating system on it, all you do is just plug the USB drive into the back of it. And the minute you boot that computer up, it automatically goes straight to that USB drive and downloads Windows 11 right onto your computer. It's so simple nowadays.
That whole part, Nikki.
What? Huh? Ooh, huh?
She said they're full of crap. Headfully uses other people's content and says it's fair use, but if someone uses her stuff, it's copyright.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing about them garbage dwellers. They sit there and they babble and they bitch about other people, and here they are doing the same shit that they're accusing everybody else of doing. It's crazy. Hose picker.
Well, that's like they tried to claim that private emails and messages is copyright, and yet they're sharing other people's private messages and emails.
I can't understand how these fools that watch their channel haven't seen this. Is their hatred for Jeremy that strong that they overlook what's so obvious right in front of their face? It amazes me.
Like I said in the hate group, cult members follow their cult leader blindly. Don't ask questions. Whereas us on the health side, if we see something that doesn't seem quite right, we question it or we do our own research.
So how many likes you got on your stream right now?
Let me see. $29. I got 29 in and 29 likes.
I got 30 in and 21. So that's 50. Yeah, that's 50 cult members we have watching us right now. Well, our cult is on the rise. You know,
yeah, it is.
The only requirement to be in our cult is pick your own Kool-Aid, your own flavor of Kool-Aid. We want everybody happy whenever they drink it.
And think for yourselves. We're not going to force you to think what we think. If you disagree with what we say, let us know what you think.
That's where the picking their own Kool-Aid comes in. Kool-Aid is just a metaphor for think what you want to think. Come to your own conclusion. We're not forcing you to drink strawberry, and the strawberry is the only thing out there. You have a choice. Now, does that make sense?
As long as it's named brand, because we ain't letting that fake shit in here like the others do.
Oh, man, chat's moving quick today. 29. You have
name brand Kool-Aid only. We bougie over here.
I haven't refreshed yet, Lilo. So I refresh about every 5 minutes or so to see what's going on. Because when we're on live, people watching will roll up and down, but the likes won't roll up and down. You have to reload. Oh, 28, 29 watching. That's a good thing right there. But yeah, we want everybody happy. We want everybody walking around with their own pack of cherry, grape, strawberry, orange, whatever flavor Kool-Aid you want. It's entirely up to you.
I might judge you for drinking the orange one. Blech.
Well, now, orange is good. I don't think I've ever drank a Kool-Aid that I didn't like.
Oh, I have.
But of course, nowadays I have to be very particular with what I drink. So I don't get Kool-Aid that much anymore. What's up, James? Yeah. I got you. James, you talking about Megan setting everything private? Yeah, that's the one thing that I kind of have an issue with nowadays is all this AI shit. I mean, it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because when you take human interaction out of a problem, it gets really frustrating on the person that the AI is ruling on. I mean, that's why you get a strike because an AI tells you to give you a strike. Then you got to go in and you got to fight it. And hopefully you eventually get a human being to actually look. Palmer's in the house. What's shaking? Man. Ooh, cherry Kool-Aid Colt. There you go. Good morning.
Good morning, SMN.
So, guys, I know a lot of you guys in the chat have had kids and raised kids and are raising kids. Kiko, let's get some opinions on what you guys think about vaccinations for your little ones when they're small. Georgie, I think's got small ones that she's having to make those decisions on right now.
I do. And everyone has their own opinion, but I'm going to tell you right now, non-vax parents are not abusive to their children. They make these decisions 9 times out of 10 because of a personal experience. I, myself, my oldest 2 are fully vaccinated, but my third born stopped getting her vaccines at 2 months old. Why, you ask? Because when she got her vaccines at 2 months old, we suffered with a vaccine injury and we almost lost her. And after that, after bearing the almost loss of her and realizing vaccines are no better for our children than they are with or without them. Therefore, I chose to no longer give my children the vaccines. My 2 that are not vaccinated have never had all these diseases that people say unvaxxed children carry. My 2 youngest have never had the measles, they've never had the mumps, they've never had RSV. All these huge diseases everybody's so scared of, that the government has brainwashed everybody to be so scared of. My children has never had them. Now, my niece, who is 3 years old, who is fully vaccinated, has had the RSV, has had the measles, has had chickenpox. She is fully vaccinated. They should protect her from these things. Now, I do agree that that certain child that we all worry about, with her being born with a major illness, should be fully vaccinated. Because she already had a disease that her immune system can't fight off all these other ones on its own. So I will agree with y'all that yes, she should be vaccinated because she doesn't have a natural immune system of her own. Whereas my children have that natural immune system. Landon has never had a vaccine. Ever. Has never had. He didn't catch COVID. The worst thing he's had is a head cold. He gets a head cold twice a year from the weather change. That's it.
I firmly believe it's every parent's choice. I mean, if you choose to vaccinate, nobody should look down on you. But if you choose not to vaccinate, same thing applies. It's up to every parent. Yes, these vaccinations, I believe, have been tested and proven to work, but they don't necessarily work on every individual that gets them.
Exactly. Not every human is the same.
Because I'll tell you straight up, when it came to COVID and they were pushing the jab, no, 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 no. Mr. Coop and Mama Coop, no, 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 no. Even though Trump was having that stuff fast tracked, no, 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 no. I'm sorry, we didn't get it. We won't get it. But if anybody else wants to get it, more power to you. If it gives you that peace of mind, jump right on it.
Absolutely. If you have a child that's born with immune deficiencies that cannot build their own immunity to fight off these other diseases, get the vaccine. Absolutely. But from my own personal experience, my children would no longer be vaccinated. After what I went through with almost losing a child because of the vaccine, no, I won't do it. Absolutely not.
You come back to see Dad?
Now, another topic that seems to be a fight on either side is that the vaccine causes autism. That's not true. Like I said, Landon is unvaccinated, but he's also autistic. The two do not coincide. You know what a lot of the issue of the autism is? It's all these red dyes and this crap they put in our food. the crap they put in these over-the-counter fever medicines for kids. Did you know that the ibuprofen and the Tylenol that they make for our infants have red dye 40 in them? They are pumping red dye 40, metals, all kind of stuff into our children as soon as they come out the womb.
I definitely know a lot of our chat are probably older folks. I'm not going to say they're all as ancient as I am, but a lot of them probably have the vaccination scar on their shoulder. I think you do, don't you, Georgie?
I do, which is odd because I'm much younger than everyone else.
I don't. I think in my timeline, I think everybody got it. But over the years, I think that they kind of started weeding that particular shot out. Because I know a lot of people your age, my kids' age, that don't have that scar.
I know. I think that one was a choice by the parents by the time the 90s rolled around. Because I believe mom had the choice of whether to give it to me or not to give it to me. But yet I have the scars. So
you also got to remember, I was raised by parents that said, rub a little dirt on it, you be all right.
Exactly. I was always told, if I fell down, my mom was like, Are you bleeding? No. Are you still breathing? Yes. Get up, let's go.
Yeah, we didn't know what Band-Aids were. At least I didn't until my children were born. Yeah, my dad, he just laugh at you. I can remember the first time that I got stung by a wasp, and I was probably about 8-9 years old. Man, I come lickety split running into the house, just bawling. My dad said, "Boy, shut your mouth." And I'm like, it hurts. And he says, "Come here." And he pulled his wad of chewing tobacco out of his mouth. He put that chewing tobacco right on that wasp sting, wrapped it up with a handkerchief, and said, "Go on outside and finish playing."
That's exactly how my dad was. I mean, as I've told y'all before, I was raised by the older generation. There was a huge age gap between my dad and my mom. Her dad was a boomer.
I am 57, hose picker.
He did not believe in me buying the diaper rash creams. Dad would go out, pull off a dirt dauber nest off the shop, crush it up, and make a paste out of it. And that was the best diaper rash ointment ever. Ever.
But oh my goodness, I done lost train of thought. That's not unusual. But yeah, I was born on a military base. You know, my dad was in the Air Force, and I would say at 2, I think they might have started a few of the shots. But once my mom and dad separated and I got moved to Florida, I really don't remember getting the shots. I was so small. But I do have the scar. I don't know what age I got that particular shot. I think it was the polio shot was the one that gives you the scar. I'm not 100% positive. All I know is I've walked around with it on my shoulder all my life. At one time when I was younger, you could literally read the words in the circle from the shot.
That would be the smallpox vaccine. And from what Kat said, it is no longer recommended because the government has it stockpiled now.
Right. What shot is it?
The smallpox vaccine.
Oh, was it smallpox? That's the one that gave you the scar?
Yes.
But then again, growing up, I had allergies real bad. And they had me going to the doctor a lot. And when you go to an allergy doctor, it's about the worst experience you can imagine. Because what they do is they'll take a whole bunch of stuff and they'll jab little tiny needles into your skin with all this shit in it to see if you get a allergic reaction. So they
Mm-hmm.
know how to put what kind of medications you put you on. And when I was in my teens, I was allergic to like over 3,000 different things. And I'm like, holy shit. Well, they gave me shots. Well, when they give you shots, they gave them to me in my nose. But nowadays, I'm assuming either the shots work or I grew out of it. Now I'm not allergic to a whole lot of stuff. About once or twice a year, I'll come down with the pollen stuff, but I think that's everybody gets that.
Yeah, the regular allergies. Good morning, Jen. So, fun fact since you brought up allergies, my little sister, of all things in the world she could be allergic to when she was little, it was ketchup. Not just any brand of ketchup, the Heinz. I don't know what it was in the Heinz ketchup, but she was allergic to it. Like her tongue would swell up in her mouth. She grew out of it because now, as a 26-year-old adult, she can eat any ketchup and not be allergic to it. Some allergies you grow out of.
Oh, it was wild as shit. Whenever the doctors would test me, and my I would get a reaction, they would go down the list telling my mom what they actually tested me for. And some of the shit they tested me for is stuff I would never come in contact with ever. Blowfish. I, I'm not going to eat blowfish. I mean, I know you can catch them in the ocean, but I don't have any desire to eat blowfish. You know, the puffer fish.
Yes.
And then they tested me for some shit that I would only come in contact with if I was in South America. I'm not going to South America. I have no desire for drugs. Okay, I, it's absolutely bananas at some of the stuff that they read off to my mom that I was allergic to. But the most common stuff that everybody's usually in the United States is allergic to, I've grown out of it. So,
Welcome back, Rubies.
but man, when I would go to school having those allergic reactions, and I had to walk around with that handkerchief. My nose is like Rudolph, just beat red all the time. Okay, moving along. I think we got sidetracked off of your vaccination
Oh
stuff.
no, Jen was allergic to coconut when she was younger. That would suck, man.
Yeah, it would. I like coconut, especially coconut rum. That's some good shit.
Oh, my favorite rum. The, the things I've done drinking coconut rum.
Oh, you take that coconut rum over the rocks with a splash of Sprite or 7 Up. Oh my. Oh my. And I'm talking about just a splash. Just enough to cut that harsh rum alcohol flavor. Just enough to cut that, but man, my goodness.
Okay, you know the ocean water from Sonic? The ocean
Mhm.
water and the blue coconut.
Yep, yep.
We would get that, and then I would put the coconut rum in it. It was delicious.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm gonna have to
Nuts
get
is a
you to
big
try
one
the
for
green
kids.
tea. I'm gonna have to have you have the hubby get the ingredients and you make you some green tea at the house.
Oh, I love green tea. Are you talking about an alcoholic version of it?
Yes, it's not. When you think of green tea, you think of the green tea actual like Snapple or something like that. No,
Ew.
no, no. This is an actual. What it is it's a shot that you can get in most bars. But what I did is I liked the shot so much I had them convert it into a drink, and it's very simple. It's only 4 ingredients in the whole thing. But man, oh man, you get me about 3 of them in my belly, along with about a 6 pack of beer. Ooh, the night's gonna be funky.
Cat,
And
you
it,
was allergic to Mr. Bubbles too? Bro, here I was thinking I was the only kid that was allergic to that stuff, and I still can't use it.
one of the main things that I'm still allergic to that kind of gets under my skin is I love onions, and I if I eat a fresh onion, I'm swelling up. I'm going to the hospital.
Hmm.
But now, onion powder, anything that's been processed, I can have. It's the acid in the fresh onions that I'm allergic to. So I don't particularly care for dehydrated onions, so I just stay away from them. But the onion powder or the onion salt, I use that in a lot of the foods that I cook.
Did you know that the onion powder is actually made from the skin of the onion and not the actual onion itself?
Right. That's why I can eat it. I can put it in my food.
Mm-hmm.
Ibuprofen. Lulu, you're allergic to ibuprofen and penicillin. Yeah, my Mama Coop, she's allergic to the penicillin, the straight penicillin. She can have the other stuff, the off-brand, the other cillins. It's just the actual penicillin she's allergic to.
Yeah, I can't have the amoxicillin or the penicillin. That one seems to be pretty normal for some people. I've noticed a lot of people are allergic to the cillins.
Wow. Wow. Unreal. There's a lot of stuff people are allergic to that just really blows my mind when people start talking about it because you never really think about it till you talk to people that's going through that stuff. It's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? All right, 39 likes, 29 watching. Awesome, guys. Awesome. You're keeping us rolling right along. I like to see the like numbers bigger than the people watching because that means we don't have any trolls in the chat or watching.
Ivory soap. Lori Ann says she's allergic to ivory soap.
Oh wow. I'm an Irish Springs man myself. Don't even get me started on Mama. Oh Jesus Christ. It's like every other week she switches soaps or shampoos. I don't get it, but it's a woman thing. I pretty much use the same bottle of shampoo for years.
I switch up because my hair is so fried from being bleached so much.
Do what now?
I switch up my shampoos and conditioners to try to get my hair healthy because I have fried my hair with bleach. So,
I think that's why Mama does it. I think she told me one time that she changes her shampoos and stuff a lot because if she keeps going with the same one for a long time, it starts irritating her head or some shit like that.
yes, it can
And I'm
cause real bad buildup on your scalp.
and she's got really really thick hair to begin with, so me, mine's about gone. Uh, I've been losing my hair ever since I was a teenager. I mean, I'm not completely bald. I still had the little patch on top, but they say it's because you wear a ball cap. Well,
Marie is allergic to penicillin, morphine, and cranberries.
holy hell, monkey! I have heard a few people allergic to cranberries.
I don't eat
Never
it,
heard
so
morphine. Now that's some good shit. That's that high dollar addict shit right there. I've only had morphine once in my life, and that's when I hurt my knee. Don't like no, don't like no oxycodone. I won't take that shit for nothing in the world. I've never had it, but my ex-wife had a. It was either her arm she fractured or her jaw she fractured, but one of the two. The doctors put her on that oxycodone, and she got addicted. Holy cow! My life was a living hell for 2 years
oh
before I got her off of that shit.
man, the amount of people in our chat that can't have Demerol or the morphine. So what do they give y'all for pain when you're like having surgeries and stuff if you can't have neither?
Rub a little dirt on it. You be all right.
Because, like, they couldn't give me morphine when I had my gallbladder surgery. So they gave me Demerol in place of it. Because they found that I had a bad reaction to morphine. That Demerol, though. That Demerol, though, that's a whole new level of out of this world high. Ketamine. Oh.
What'd you say now? Demerol?
Yeah.
Tink, 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 tink. You can probably hear that tink, 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 tink on my side. Figure if you opened it, it would be seen. Anyhow, this fly has no allergies. Oh man. I salute you, fly on the wall. I don't know what it would be like not having allergies. That's
Now that Jen I have seen the nicotine patches. My dad, when he tried to quit smoking, he tried using the patches and he couldn't. So he had to go cold turkey. Oh boy, was that hell on earth inside our home when he quit smoking. Because it was around the same time that he had his pancreatitis and he ended up in the hospital in diabetic coma. So not only did he have to give up cigarettes, but he had to give up all his sugars and his Coca-Cola. And oh dear, if we just walked the wrong way in the house, we were getting yelled at.
I smoked for a long time when I was cutting meat because it was just a whole lot easier. You couldn't really walk around with chewing tobacco in your mouth because it wasn't attractive to the customers. So you smoked behind the scenes, but then you know damn good well they smelled the cigarette on you when you go out to interact with them. But when I retired, I went back to chewing. It's a lot cheaper. I still got my lungs. I can breathe. Everybody says, "Yeah, but you're gonna get cancer in your mouth." Yeah, fuck off. You know, you know how you know how many people have cancer of the mouth compared to the amount of people that actually chew tobacco. It's so small that it's not even comprehensible.
Mm-hmm.
But what is it they say that every living human being has cancer in their body? It's just a matter of whether it's dormant or whether it's active. If it's dormant, it's not gonna bother you unless it goes active.
So I have learned since Dad having we lost my grandpa to cancer, we lost my grandma to cancer, and we lost Dad to cancer. And I found out that it's actually a gene you carry. It doesn't matter what you do, it's a gene you naturally carry in your body, like you just said. It depends on whether it wants to be dormant or not.
Right. Well, I know growing up, my family never really talked about too many illnesses that ran in the family, like, heart disease, cancer, stuff like that. At one point in time, I think my mom said we had a little bit of a heart problems in our family, but most of the people in my family that's passed away have all just been of old age or an accident. I really don't remember anybody passing away from cancer. I'm pretty sure there have been. I just don't remember it.
Right.
Pain meds for 15 years now. Ooh, sorry to hear that, Nikki. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, girl. I don't, I've always had, well, when I did go to the doctor, I very rarely ever go to the doctor. I've seen, since I've gotten older, I have a regular doctor now. I've seen him more than I ever did when I was younger. Up until I got certified as a diabetic, I never saw doctors. I just didn't like the idea of them cramming shit down my throat that I didn't need.
Mm-hmm.
And the days of having a hometown family doctor are about over. Everything's clinics now.
Yeah. Well, in our little hometown that we're in now, it's still a small town, so we still have the family practitioners.
Right. Well, here in our little small town, they have a hospital in Winter Haven, and in my hometown, or the hometown I'm in now, all we have is a little small, what they call that, 24-hour clinic or whatever it is.
Kind of like fast pace.
Yeah, it's just you schedule an appointment, you go in, they look at you. The doctors are usually all foreign doctors, which, hey, I don't have a problem with as long as you keep me healthy.
Mama Coop, I think all men are like that.
Yeah, she makes me go. Matter of fact, don't forget, I've got a doctor's appointment today.
1:30.
Yeah. Well, it's at 3:30, but we're getting out of here at 1:30. That way I can get freshened up to go see Mr. Doctor. Comb my hair, brush my teeth, put some deodorant on, maybe a pair of shoes instead of flip flops.
Oh, Mama didn't lay your clothes out for you.
No, she's got her clothes. I got my clothes. She stays out of mine. I stay out of hers. The only time we commingle clothes is when we do laundry. Holy shit. And they had you all drugged up, didn't they?
Didn't they? They did my dad the same way, though, when he had the deteriorating disc in his back from all them years of truck driving and mechanicking. And they literally had him pumped full of meds instead of helping him find a resolution to the issue and doing the surgery that would have helped him. They just pumped him full of pain meds.
Oh. Who is in bed? Who's in bed? I'm not in bed. I'm right here. Mama must be talking to somebody.
When I asked if she laid out your clothes, she said you were in bed.
Oh, yeah. I'm not as bad as Jeremy, but I'm pretty close to it, wearing the same clothes all the time. Now, when I go to the shop and I work in there, yeah, I change my clothes because I'm usually full of sawdust and shit. But if I'm not in the shop, I'll wear my same clothes 2 or 3 days. I don't leave the house that much.
I don't either.
Couple times a week, I get out with Mama to go grocery shopping or something. I like it like that. I mean, I made a comment about that the other day. Growing up, working in the grocery store, you get every level of stupidity known to mankind walking in a grocery store. I've seen it all. I don't like to see it now.
Oof, Nikki.
Who, what now? Who, what? Huh?
She has the degenerative disc disease like my dad had, but she also has spinal stenosis, osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, and fibromyalgia.
Holy cow. I'm glad you're feeling a lot better now. Didn't Nikki say that the doctor's taking her off a lot of stuff?
Mm-hmm.
That's good to hear. Good to hear. Oh my. Oh, not to change the subject. Yeah, I'm gonna change it. You see where the guy got found not guilty for killing the subway guy, the
I didn't
veteran
even
that
see that.
was protect. Oh, did you even hear about it?
Mm-mm.
It happened like a year or two back. It's a veteran was on the subway, and some crazy maniac was threatening a whole bunch of passengers, and he wound up putting him in a chokehold, but he didn't kill him. What had happened was is when the cops finally got there and the guy was released, the guy died from the drugs that he had in his system. He didn't die from the guy apprehending him.
Mm.
Anyway, he's been going through trial over that. I'm sure Squid's heard about it, and he got found not guilty. And lo and
Hmm.
behold, freaking Whoopi, the dumbass Goldberg, she's on she's on her pedestal on the View,
Ow.
just chastising this guy. He took a life. No, he didn't. The dumbass took his own life snorting drugs. I mean, this guy, all he did was protect innocent people from that nut job. So Whoopi's probably looking at another defamation lawsuit because Kyle sued her for what, 21 million and won.
Yeah.
And all the bitch had to do was say she was sorry.
That's all he wanted was an apology. She couldn't do it.
Exactly. I never did find out if he ever got his money. I hope he did.
I don't know. I was a huge Kyle Rittenhouse supporter. I watched that live stream when he shot the shots at the protest. I was watching that live stream. I saw it happen live.
That was a classic example of fuck around and find out.
Exactly. And what made it so much better is the two people he shot were pedophiles. I looked at it as he done the world a service. He's a hero.
Exactly.
He saved children from these sick fucks.
I loved how they tried putting the ones that he shot on a pedestal. How can you even paint somebody like that in a good light? I mean, their PDF files. How could you even say anything nice about them, especially when their records come out? I mean, my gosh.
Mm-hmm. They were literally registered pedophiles.
Now, guys, we're not going political here.
No,
This
not
is
at all.
just one of those instances where God is weeding out stupidity using somebody to do it, and I think I think Kyle weeded out some very bad people.
And you know what was awesome is Kyle wasn't on neither side. He was in the process of joining the military, and he just wanted to do a service for his country and to keep these
Well,
people in order during the protests.
he went to actually protect a business, is what he did.
Yeah, a friend of his business, but he also was trying to keep people from burning other businesses down.
Right.
And he was doing the right thing. And all of us patriots took him in. We kind of just adopted Kyle. He's ours.
Oh, Sharon, them nutbags, they're not going anywhere. Whoopi's not moving. Nobody's moving out of the country. They got too much here to
Ellen
keep them.
DeGeneres did leave.
Yeah, good riddance. I never liked her anyway. I never found her funny.
I think the only reason Ellen left is to try to get out of all this stuff. She knows she's on the list. She's on the Epstein list and she's on the Diddy list. She's trying to get out of being in trouble.
Right. Good morning, Ammo's girl.
Ammo, my ammo.
No, we're not going political. It's just, when you see stuff like that in the news, like George Floyd, for instance. I mean, yeah, the police officers, I feel there were enough of them around that they could have handled it a little different.
I do agree that there was too many hands in the pot on that one. But at the same time, he had fentanyl in his system.
Right. He ultimately killed himself. I mean, anytime you have a death related to drugs, it's the drugs that did it.
You
They're
know,
trying
I
to say,
watched body cam foot. I like watching body cam footage on YouTube, and I watched this one a couple weeks ago where this officer did a traffic stop, and it was
yeah,
this guy had drugs. The guy took off running, so backup went and chased him down while the guy that made the traffic stop searched the vehicle, and he forgot to put his mask on, and he accidentally inhaled fentanyl that was in this vehicle, and it almost killed him.
that's one of the drugs that's probably the scariest I've seen out there is that fentanyl stuff. I mean, when I was growing up, you had your top drugs of choice for the potheads were weed, cocaine, LSD, and then you had where they mixed the LSD with the weed. I can't remember what they called that. And then you had shrooms. That was the five things that were popular when I was growing up. And now, well, Quaaludes too, downers. They love those. And them people ate them like crazy. But as the years have changed, it went to now meth has popped up, crack has popped up, Molly, fentanyl. My goodness, fentanyl. That's some scary stuff.
Bath salts.
Yeah, that's another new one. I've watched a lot of videos where they those backyard chemists make the meth and end up blowing up their house. That's just another example of God weeding out the stupid. There was one that was on YouTube for a long time. Big old hillbilly looking guy sitting out there cooking that stuff right out in the yard, throwing beer cans into the acid, and the acid was just eating the beer cans till there was nothing left. And you're going to tell me they smoked that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
My cousin was really bad on meth for decades.
What's up, Teddy?
And the shit it made him do, like, I don't see what the thrill of it is. But he's now clean and sober and a youth pastor. People can change. He's proof of it.
Lilu, I haven't heard from him today. I'm pretty sure he's either working on something or he's getting some rest. When I get off of here, I'll check my messenger and see what he's up to. But I haven't heard from him today. But of course, my phone is on do not disturb. So even if he has contacted me, I haven't heard it. I don't know how he's doing today. I haven't got a chance to talk to him. I'm sure he's being spawned, researching something.
Or working on his counseling course.
Right. He's got they've got a new topic that they're researching on now. So hopefully he'll turn up some good evidence on that. And no, I'm not telling anybody. That's not my story to tell.
Ken, I don't know what Dennis is doing. Your sisters haven't found him yet.
But to answer your question, Lilu, I don't know what he's up to yet this morning. I haven't got a chance to talk to him. Oh, yes. But I don't understand how anybody could put drugs into their system that's made with chemicals you know damn good and well are harmful. Like, I mean, I don't know exactly how cocaine is made, but I know it's made with some kind of acid or some kind of fuel or something. The main ingredient that turns it into a powder is very harmful if you ingest it. Eric, what's up? You're right, buddy. You're right. It's not my story. I'm sticking to it. I don't know how. I think fentanyl was created as a not a substitute, but something that they would add to. How do I want to say that? To extend something like extend a drug. How am I trying to say that? It was something that was created in order to enhance another drug, is what I guess I'm trying to say. Georgie,
Huh?
are you
Sorry.
listening?
Tiny human doing tiny human things. Sorry.
Right. It's all about the high. And me personally, I like my beer every now and then. I haven't drank in shit probably since we quit playing darts, and that's been what, October, I think. It's funny because when I met Mama Coop, I was like most men. I get off work, first thing I do, grab a beer or a 12-pack on the way home. And then I went to sleep after I ate dinner. But as I got older, I got tired of that losing a whole day. You go out partying on Friday night, and all day Saturday you're laying in bed hung over. And then Sunday, you got to get all of your stuff done, all your chores for around the house done. And then you're right back to work on Monday. So you pretty much just screwed yourself out of the whole weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I got to the point to where let's just stop with the drinking so we can start having, more fun. 5 hours of drunken bliss, that's just not enough. I'd rather get rid of the booze and have more time to play.
When I was younger, I was a pothead.
Oh, I was too.
I was hardcore pothead.
I love my weed.
But at least it's a natural drug.
That's where people that are against weed are going to lose with me every time.
Mm-hmm.
Weed is the only drug that I will support when it comes to recreation or otherwise, because
the amount of things marijuana heals, and it's a God-given drug.
Well, you saw the medication that I give my dog. You saw that it's made out of
THC.
hemp, THC. Yeah. I think there's so many healing properties associated with weed that it's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And when we had our elections here in Florida for president, that was one of the bills we had on our ballot, was to make weed recreational. Mama didn't particularly care for it, but me, I look at all of the benefits from it. Okay, we already have the medical card where they can get medical marijuana here. But just think, if they legalized it as recreational, now you're putting the weed stores pretty much out of business, because now people can grow it at home.
Yeah,
and the people
they can't tax it.
Right, the people that have cancer, the people that have really bad illnesses that need that for some kind of relief, that's why I support it, is because of the medical part of it. But one of their biggest pitches for against it here was if they legalized it, next thing you know, it wouldn't matter where you were at, you would constantly be smelling it. I'm like, well, it's not legalized, and I walk out my back door and I can get a contact high anytime I want.
So, Eric, with you having COPD, let me give you a little
gummies.
Help. Not just the gummies. My granddaddy, we gave him the liquid THC. We'd put a little drop of it on his tongue every day. He was able to breathe so much better. So much better. We were able to actually wean him off of his oxygen with giving him just a drop of THC every day. he hated the taste of it, but he felt so much better. Oh,
Yeah,
you was like,
Mama can't stand the smell of it. You know, one of the biggest reasons why? Her job where she works, there's a literal pot farm right behind where she works. So she smells it every single day.
well, that's how
But
my mom feels because my stepdad's a pothead and he doesn't do it to make himself feel better for any ailments or nothing. He's just a drug addict. And
see,
he doesn't bathe properly, so it just bleeds from his pores and he smells bleh, so bad. He's
here's one of my
nasty.
theories on pot. Now, cocaine, LSD, all that other stuff, I totally disagree with. It should be banned. But pot, just think of all of the medical benefits. If they legalized it straight across the board, made it legal, that would put it's one of those stills that the government doesn't want it legal because they
Haley,
can't make money off of
your
it.
brother's in the pantry.
Because if they made it legal, that would mean every Joe Blow in history that wants to grow it in their backyard could. Well, then the pot stores, the government runs out of, they don't get their money then because you have to go buy it from the pot store and the pot store has to pay taxes. But there's so many medical benefits to it. It's unbelievable. Now, I'm not telling everybody run out there and start smoking dope. I quit Mary Jane years and years and years ago. I like to have complete control of my functions, and that's one thing that weed always did was made me feel like I didn't have control of my senses. So I quit it
Haley's car.
years ago. I can remember the first time my mom walked in and I was seeding a bag. What are you doing, boy? I'm busy, mama. What you got there? Well, then she saw what I had. She sat down in the chair beside me. She was fascinated. So I said, "Here, mom." Rolled that sucker up, gave it to her. Next thing I know, about 2 days later, I go down to her best friend's house, and the five of them were just higher than Smokey's ass.
I remember when me and my brother got my mom high. That was great.
It
That
was
was the
funny.
coolest mom had ever been.
I can just hear it now. Oh my God, Mr. Coop's channel over a bunch of potheads. Hell, fuck off. Fuck off. I'm real as it gets. I mean, do I still smoke it? No. I haven't smoked weed.
Gail, darling, there's different strains and different
Oh yeah.
levels.
Well, see, that's
If the one you smoked caused depression, try a different strain
all
because
right.
it helps mine.
That's the subject we were just fixing to move on to. When I was growing up, you just had regular weed. You either had the good shit from Colombia or you had the shit that you didn't know where it came from. But nowadays these guys have gotten so scientific with that stuff. They got a strain for everything. They got the fighting strain, they got the sexing strain, they got the wake up in the morning with your wood strain. They got every strain imaginable.
Yeah.
Now the only time I ever mess with it now, which is very, very seldom, is if I have a real bad night where I absolutely cannot go to sleep.
I haven't
I'll
I haven't smoked since Kinley was 3 was the last time I smoked weed.
I'm
But it
talking
got
about
so expensive on the streets, you just can't afford it anymore.
yep, skunk weed. That's the stuff that you find growing in the ditch driving down the highway.
Listen, the worse it smells, the better it is. Facts.
When we were in Missouri, I had a friend of mine that lived across the lake from me. So when I'd go over to his house, they had that ditch weed growing everywhere over there. But it never got mature enough that you could do anything with it.
Right.
It was basically just a weed. But I don't care what people think. I'm just being real as real can be. What you see is what you get.
I used to smoke a lot, and then they started making the candies and the edibles, the brownies. Oh, the
Right.
brownies.
Now, that's one thing that I can honestly say. I've only ever had brownies, and that was back years ago. Somebody brought them to a party. They were good, but I would when I start having a lot of pain, I don't really care for the smoke anymore. That's one of the reasons I gave it up. But I can see where like the candy, the gummies and the lollipops and stuff like that. I could really see how that would be effective as a good pain reliever.
Um, Gail, if you can't handle actual marijuana, try the CBD gummies.
Good morning, Spawn. How you doing? Oh, Gail, don't even get me started on mushrooms. Mushroom tea. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's enough. That's enough. You be nice. You're going to your pen.
Don't eat the mushrooms. You don't want to be off in astronaut land.
No, they take a gallon
Just,
jug with Kool-Aid and mushrooms, and I never made it myself, but all right. I'll be right back. Somebody's getting in trouble.
good morning, Spawn. And Nikki, my stepdad gives their chihuahua. Well, he doesn't give it to him, but he gets that second hand. And when he was a puppy, he had ran out in the road and he got hit by a car and he had brain damage. Had it not been for my stepdad smoking, that dog would be dumber than a box of rocks. But he functions like a normal dog because he gets that second hand.
And just for the record, everybody in the chat, we're not telling anybody to go out and buy weed.
No, we're just basically reminiscing.
Okay. I mean, my days of that are long gone. I mean, if that's what you partake in and you enjoy, more power to you. I'm not going to judge.
No. I wholeheartedly believe that these pharmaceutical shit that they give you is far more addicting than marijuana is.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially stuff like that. Like Nikki was saying, that oxycodone stuff.
Read Eric's comment.
I'll take that. Puff, puff, pass. Give some to Eric. Send it on over.
Well, Eric, what had happened was we were discussing vaccines, and from there it just,
as always, just spiraled right out of control.
yeah, it did.
That's like you kick mama down the hill, and by the time she gets down the end of the hill, she's a big old snowball. Just
well, it's like, so my
yes, it is.
my
Palmer.
doctor, when I was pregnant with Kelly, I couldn't eat anything. I was starving to death because I was so sick with morning sickness. Even once I got to 8-9 months pregnant, I couldn't eat food. She wouldn't let me eat anything. I was literally turning into skin and bones. And my doctor told me, he said, smoke a doobie. Now, he was an old school, like he looked like Snoop Dogg, okay? He was an old school OBGYN. And he told me, he said, smoke a doobie. He said, but only do it so you can eat a meal and you won't get sick. He didn't prescribe me none of these pills or none of this bullshit they give pregnant women nowadays. He told me, smoke a joint. And I did, and I was able to eat, and it was so nice.
Weed today is just so much more potent than it was when I was growing up. It was funny. My best friend and I, every Friday, Saturday night, it was always the same drill. 2 cases of beer in the trunk on ice, couple joints in your pocket, away you go. We were cruising through the middle of town. We were already half lit. We get pulled over. Now, this is back in the 80s. We get pulled over, and it was Gene Weaver, the local Plant City police officer. He pulls us over. You guys been drinking tonight? And here we both got beers between our legs. Yep. You been smoking weed tonight? I can smell it in the car. Yeah. He said, where's the weed at? I pulled that joint out of my pocket. I said, right here. He says, where's the beer at? It's in the trunk. Because at this point, growing up in Plant City, you didn't lie. You had to tell the truth. If you lied, it got you in worse trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So we got out of the car. We popped the trunk. He said, oh, you Budweiser boys, huh? Yeah, yes, sir. He grabbed 2 Budweisers, took that joint, and looked at us and said, y'all going home right now. If I catch you out any more tonight, you're going to jail. He got in his car. Half hour later, we rode by. He's sitting under a tree at the schoolhouse. We know what he's doing. He's drinking them 2 beers and smoking that joint. We had to turn around to go back home. So we turned around and we went home, but we didn't come out the rest of the night. That was funny, but that's back when things weren't as sticky as they are today.
That sounds a lot like stories my husband has told me about his hometown. As long as they were on the back roads, the cops didn't care.
Well, that's one thing I loved about Missouri. In Missouri, everything's gravel up there. You know, you had your main roads, but you could leave work. Sent you a private message. All right, brother, I'll check it. When you got off work, you could just hit the gravel roads and you could go for miles and miles and miles of gravel. So you just grabbed your 6-pack and hit the gravel. Cops were never down on the gravel. That's one thing I wished I had when I was growing up as a kid was gravel road, because Florida don't have gravel roads. We have dirt roads. And there's more concrete than there is dirt. Anywho, are you doing the mom thing or are you just quiet?
I'm typing.
Oh, you're just typing it. Okay. Now I done lost train of thought. Back to the topic at hand.
My ex-husband took
weed.
Smoked a joint.
We all gonna smoke weed.
Market store to buy some water. Well, Miss Shirley said the first time my ex-husband took his little brother and smoked a joint with him. Jesus. Chat. They went in the flea market store to buy some motor oil, and his little brother all of a sudden went blind. He could not see anything. He freaked out. My ex-husband took his little brother and taught him to shut up, and he walked him out of the store, and my ex-husband was scared. They rolled around. Listen, that's when you done smoke that good shit, when it makes you go blind for a minute.
Well, running around when I was a teenager, before we had our driver's license, we pretty much stayed in the neighborhood. Well, there was a big, gigantic oak tree in the church parking lot. It was a parking lot that wasn't attached to the church. It was its own block. So we would all sit under that big old oak tree during the summertime and shoot the shit. Anyway, that was the first time I ever tried shroom tea. That was the first and last time. Oh my God. I seen shit that I've never seen since. I seen butterflies that looked like devils. It was the worst I'd ever felt my entire life. I mean, holy shit. Have you ever had shroom tea?
No.
Oh my God.
That is one thing I never touched, but my husband can tell some stories.
It's the only shit that will grow in cow shit.
Yep.
We were driving down the road. I was driving down the road and had my buddy Brian with me. And he says, "Stop." I mean, he's screaming at the top of his lungs, "Stop, stop, stop." I'm like, what the hell? So he jumps out and he takes off across the ditch, jumps the barbed wire fence, and he's over there bent over picking shit. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Well, Brian wasn't a Floridian. He was from Maine. And he had moved to Florida in his 20s. So he was an adult when he moved to Florida. I'm like, what is he doing? He gets back in the truck and he's got his t-shirts just filled up with these mushrooms. I said, "Man, what are you doing?" He said, "Man, these are shrooms. You know how much money I can get for these up north in Maine?" I'm like, "Dude, what are you going to do? Drive back and sell it?" He said, "No, we're going to eat it. I'm going to take it home and dry it out and we're going to eat it." I said, "You can eat all you want. I ain't eating shit." I had my one and only time with that stuff. I'm telling you, if anybody's ever drank shroom tea, you know what I'm talking about. It's some freaky shit. You will see this shit right here and think that it's real. It'll start talking to you.
Al, I had to read that question twice. He said, "Does Florida allow cannibals?"
As in people that eat people? Not that I'm aware of. Not that I know of. I think they did have an episode, I don't know, back in the 90s, maybe 2000s, where some guy was eating some guy on the highway because of bath salts. I don't know if that was in Florida or California. I'm not sure. But no, as far as I know, there's not any cannibals down here. At least ways I'm not a cannibal. Yeah, I guess you could say I am. I just don't eat humans. I eat cow. Cow and chicken and pig, fish. Are you a Oh, cannabis. Yeah, we got cannabis down here. It's called pot.
He was like, "Shit, I said cannibals."
Yeah, we've got cannabis down here. They've got, matter of fact, my little small town that I live in, man, they've got 2 or 3 weed stores. But you have to have a medical card in order to get it legally.
I swear I'm about to shove this leaf blower up this man's ass if he don't turn it off.
Oh, I can't hear it.
I'm glad y'all can't hear it. He walked right up against my window with it, and I'm like, "I'm gonna shove it up your ass if you don't turn it off." That our landscapers haven't been here in months, and all of a sudden they show up and they want to blow leaves.
Are you spending $4,000 on blowing leaves? We know somebody that does.
Yeah, we do. I don't know how much the company pays for them.
I actually think that's a kind of an over exaggeration, especially with the equipment that they use. I just don't see.
It's believable with how much land Jeremy has. It's very plausible that it's that much.
They're not really picking the leaves up. They're just blowing them into the woods. They're just blowing the green grass patches that he has throughout making up his yard, where the green grass turns into woods. They're just blowing them off into the woods. So
they're not even like bagging them up and sucking them up like
no,
a lot of the people we watch.
Yeah, they do suck them up. He did show the guy on the vacuum, but he was on the road. So I'm assuming that they were just sucking them up in areas where they couldn't blow them. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of hard to blow the leaves through a ditch, and come out the other side, especially a deep ditch. But I don't know. The one guy was on a leaf vacuum, but the rest of them were all using leaf blowers. Fleas can say whatever the hell they want, Nikki. We keep it real here on the Coop Show.
You know what? The fleas can go suck a dick. That's how I feel about it.
They got plenty of crystal ones laying around. I
think that's why those two are so angry. They don't ever get the good big O. Their men must not be able to find the G spot. I'm just
Don't care. Let's change up. We're not going to talk about them. We're not going to talk about them ass clowns.
They can all flock off. Exactly, Ammo.
We'll go back to talking about cannibals in Florida.
I mean, apparently I'm just another newbie that wants to jump on the cash train. No, bitch. I'm a fan and have been for years. I just wanted to speak out.
Well, we had this conversation the other day. My thoughts on YouTube is people that come on to YouTube that actually create content. Their whole goal is not to be on here for free. If they're spending their time creating something for either entertainment of other people or to teach people something, their goal eventually is to be monetized and paid for the labor that they're putting into offering these services. And for them to sit there and say, oh, you're just cashing in. Okay, fuck off. That's what every single person that creates content on YouTube does. Eventually gets their subscriber list up there enough to where they can become monetized. That's it. Now, on how you conduct yourself with that monetization, that's a different story.
Exactly.
Nobody hears me begging for super chats. Nobody hears me begging for anything. People watch my videos. I gain monetary value off of the commercials that are played. I have to skip commercials when I watch YouTube. Everybody that watches my shit can skip them too. But I'm not begging anybody for any money.
Exactly.
I wholeheartedly respect any and everybody that's making money off of offering a service to someone. But to sit there that, whoa, we're jumping on the cash cow. Well, bitches, I've been around for 15 freaking years, way before Jeremy Hells ever came along. And my shit's been monetized. Well, was monetized for a long time. Well, it was monetized before Jeremy even came along. But
exactly, Eric. Exactly. And most of us aren't covering just the Hell's case. I do cooking videos. I do cleaning videos. I'm covering Diddy.
I'll be straight up honest with every one of you. Since I met Mike, Spawn, Georgie, everybody, I had always been thinking about doing the live stream stuff, but I never took that leap. Never jumped onto it. All my videos were all videos that I uploaded. But I always wanted to try the live streaming. But then when COVID hit, y'all know that story. I quit. Yeah. But anyway, I like the interaction with you guys in the chat, with my hosts. I like the interaction. It's not, well, I spent too many years by myself with a camera in my shop. So it's pretty freaking boring.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still going to make videos. Matter of fact, I made one the other night that somebody left my stream because they thought I was actually leaving.
Bite me.
But the tools that are available nowadays to create content are just unbelievable. Used to, you had to worry about cost of a camera. If you were doing live streams, you were worried about cost of computer, microphones, webcams, whatever. Now it's gotten so cheap that anyone with a cell phone can create a YouTube channel and make a success out of it. Look what Jeremy. Mm-hmm. Jeremy videotapes every single thing that he does with his cell phone.
Or the Samsung Galaxy.
Yep, that's right there. And matter of fact, I've learned some pretty cool stuff with this Samsung out of him. The director's cut, where you see it'll have a box where you see one part filming from one side and then you'll have the other side filming. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I just haven't learned how to do it yet.
You got to go into your settings in your camera, and it's called director's cut. You just you click that in your settings, and it'll put both cameras on your phone working. Well, you saw Jeremy's video yesterday.
Yeah.
He had director's cut on that.
I've also been playing around with my camera settings on mine to figure out how to fix the stabilization for like when I'm doing the walking into a store thing when my hands is moving when I'm videoing it because I'm walking. So I'm trying to figure out how to turn on the stabilization so it doesn't do that when I'm
Well,
walking.
what phone do you have?
I have the Galaxy A14.
Galaxy A4. I guess I don't know what that is. Mine's the Galaxy. Oh, it's the Ultra. I think it is. I'll look here. Where's the about section? There it is. Okay, I've got the Galaxy S23 Ultra is what I have.
Mm,
See,
yeah.
Mama's is the same as mine, except hers doesn't have the pin. Mine has the pin, which
Right.
when I upgrade this, I'm going without the pin because I just don't use it enough, and that's another how many hundreds of dollars. But
I have no idea.
oh, it took Mama a long time to get me to go with a smartphone. I was just so used to my flip phone that I didn't want no part of them damn computers that walked around in your pocket. But once I saw the advantages of having one, I can't imagine not having one now. But when I got into YouTube, there was no such thing as using your cell phone back then because the cell phones weren't advanced enough. That stuff didn't come along till I say probably 2014, 15, maybe. People would use their cell phones to film with, but they didn't have the app where you could upload and everything and edit through the phone.
Right.
But now, shit, I haven't even tried the editor, actually filming with the phone and editing it. I haven't even tried that yet.
Even though I film on my phone, I still just upload it to my computer and edit from my computer. I find it easier for
Well,
my.
Jeremy's doing the same thing. He uploads to his computer and he does all of his editing there. There's just so much that you can do, only so much you can do on the app to where if you want a lot of the stuff you can do on the computer, you can't do through YouTube. You have to have it on your computer. Speaking of cell phones, Mom and I went to the grocery store. It's over the weekend. It was Saturday or Sunday. And we picked up a few items. Well, when we came out of the store, we were so engaged in the conversation we were having. I usually put the groceries in the car. Well, I was putting groceries in the car. When I grabbed the last bag, we were still talking. Next thing I know, she put the buggy up. We get in the car to leave. We decided just to go ahead and eat out. So just right across the parking lot was Wendy's. So we go over to Wendy's. We weren't even gone from that shopping cart 10 minutes. I had left my phone in the grocery cart. So I jumped in the car and I run back over there. She's in Wendy's. While I'm looking for my phone, Mama's actually calling my phone. Some little nasty little rugrat, maybe in her early 20s, was shopping with her mom. She had got my phone and she hid it in her purse without her mom knowing it. Well, Mama Coop is sitting there calling and calling and calling, and this girl's not answering. Well, finally, the mother said, "Why is your phone playing music? Pull, what do you got in your phone?" She pulled it. Oh, that Mama was mad. Boy, she was hot. So Mama answered the phone, and Barb and her got to talking. She said, "Yes, we're in Walmart. I heard it, something playing, but I wasn't sure what it was." I guess whenever Mom got over there to get my phone from the girl, she told Mama, "Wait till her pawpaw hears when we get home." That little girl was literally going to steal my phone. Instead of taking it up to the customer service and turning it in, she was literally going to steal my phone. I'll bet you her ass got chewed up one side and down the other when she got home.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, Mama Coop said that the mother of that girl was so embarrassed. She was just beet red. Hell, we've walked out of Walmart before and found last thing we found was somebody had left their cane in the cart. So we just grabbed the cart when we went in and we just walked the cane right up to customer service. I mean,
Right.
What's so hard about that? But just to think that there's people out there. I know there's people out there that's unworthy of breath, but you just don't expect to have it happen to you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Anywho.
So I was watching a video from our local news last night and have found out that the Venezuelan gangs have now come to Tennessee. They are in our 4 major cities.
Oh, shit. They're everywhere, man.
They are in Nashville, Chattanooga, Memphis, and damn, I can't remember the other town they said, but they're in our 4 major cities. And they're attacking the police. Like, the police can't really even do nothing because they're harming our officers.
We need to put Grady Judd on a bus and let him make the rounds.
Yeah.
Teach all these boys how to handle idiots.
Okay, with the bullshit with Kamala and Biden in the federal part of it, that they can't touch them unless they completely do something illegal. Okay, why can they not be arrested for attacking the cops and hurting our cops? Why can they not be arrested for that?
I'm going to say that's just a local deal because you come here attacking the cops and your ass is going to jail. I don't care who you are. We don't play with that shit here in Florida. Well, I'm sorry. Our police officer, law enforcement, not all of our law enforcement are as weak as Levy County. And I know you know about Grady Judd.
Mm-hmm. I love watching him.
And guys, you guys in the chat, if you've never heard of Sheriff Grady Judd in Polk County, Florida, do a YouTube search. You'll find him on there real fast. He's my sheriff, and he don't play games. That's one of the things that why I want a new computer, because there's a lot of videos that are out there of Grady Judd that I could play right here while we're live streaming. But when it comes to music and videos, I'm not going to play anything while we're streaming anymore because it just breaks up. It's just my computer's just so old.
Oh, Shirley, you're in my neck of the woods. I'm an hour south of you.
Hot damn, most of our chatter people on your end. Look at that. Wow.
I see that.
I got 30 people watching, so I've got all the trolls.
I heard that, Mama Coop. He don't play no games.
Oh yeah. He tells every one of his officers. No, Lilu. My sheriff here in Polk County is Sheriff Grady Judd. Do a search on YouTube and then come back and tell me if my sheriff is as lazy as them jackasses in Levy County.
You should pull up the stream he did with the hurricane when he was talking about the
looters.
Yeah, the looters.
He's one of those sheriffs that he tells his people that he serves that by the time you call us and we get there, you could already be in trouble. So he urges all of his citizens to be armed.
He basically told the looters they can fuck around and find out.
Yep.
He said the coroner could get there faster than he could.
He says flat out, your safety is foremost in your hands, and we just show up after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got right there. And this isn't my only one. This is just one of them. I have more than this one. That's just the one I found today. The others are in the box in the little room somewhere. So you don't like my little troll, Georgie?
I didn't say that. He's a bit creepy though.
Well, I got this. I got this for the trolls when they come in the chat. Show me on this little guy. Point to where he hurt you.
Yes. Show me on the doll where I hurt you. Like me with what's his face that was announcing his departure on the hate group the other night.
Right.
Everybody's like, there's no need for you to be rude. That's not being rude. It's true. Nobody needs to know you're fucking leaving. Just leave.
Yeah, I saw you had some people over there backing you up. I liked old Tat's airplane.
Right?
Yep. All right. Keep them entertained for a little bit. I'll be right back.
The red bird, that's Tickles.
Redbird.
She's got red. She's got red on her.
Who, Tickles?
Yes. Or orange, reddish orange.
Yeah, it's yellow, orange, blue, green, and I think a little bit of white. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll be right back.
It's orange, but she looks red on camera. Exactly. With everything that was going on during the hurricane, it was bad. And he told him flat out, if you plan on looting, his people are all 2A, and the coroner will get there before he can. Hi, Sluggy. And all I know, Slug, is you're still an infant. Trying to play with big dogs. Everybody hand Slug a binky in a bottle. Him'll be okay. Oh. It has been one of those mornings, guys. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Shirley. Well, like Jeremy said last week, that was just wave one of the amendment. So
get him, Jeremy. Get him.
Go, Jeremy, go.
So what y'all talking about now?
Well, I told the chat to give Slug a binky and a bottle, and he'd be okay.
Oh, is he in the chat?
Yes, he said I was short. And I said, all I know is you're still an infant trying to play with big dogs. See, she looks red on camera.
That's her orange.
Oh, I know it's her orange, but she does look red on camera.
Oh, on the top of her head, yes, she does have red. Yes.
Tickles.
They have what they call a red factor sun conure.
Yes.
That looks like her, but her whole top of her head is red. Tickles is I guess a medium red factor. Her whole head isn't red. So she's not fully a red. She's basically just got a mask. Come here.
They have solid green and blue conures too.
Yep.
I had the green one when I was a teenager.
Green cheek.
Yes. His head was green and his body was blue, and he was so spicy.
But they have a Nande. A Nande conure is a lot. He's mostly black and green, like a dark green, but they get a lot bigger. They get about twice the size. Well, I wouldn't say twice the size, about 1.5 times the size of Tickles. They're the bigger sun conure breed.
Landon, cut it out.
Blue, being a Quaker, he was actually supposed to be a little bigger than Tickles, but I guess we got the runt because he's actually he's close to Tickles size, but he's a little bit smaller.
Charlie was just a little bit bigger than Tickles, not by much, but just a little bit bigger.
Now Skittles was I'd say about a quarter of an inch taller than Tickles. Skittles was a big conure. He was a handful. And his head was solid red. He was beautiful. I think a lot of it's got to do with the food you feed them. Because Mama, she took all their bird seed away. She only feeds them the pellets. And the pellets are all different colors. And I literally think that the pellets, the vitamins in the pellets is what keeps his colors so vibrant. But every other what? Huh?
Tim called me a Chihuahua with a St. Bernard mouth. Let me tell you something, Tim. I'll take that Chihuahua because 9 times out of 10, Chihuahuas are meaner than any damn pit bull.
Now this is. I love this little guy. I'll pull him up. You go ahead and talk. I'll pull these up.
But the difference is with me and the ones over there running their mouth is when I talk shit, I'll back it up. Because that's how my daddy raised me. Don't run your mouth about nothing unless you're willing to stand toe-to-toe with the people you're talking shit about.
Now, I absolutely love this little guy.
Robert said his ex's parrot got the police called on him. His neighbors thought he was beating his ex, but it was the bird screaming. Birds. Eric said now this stream is going to the birds again. First rugs on the floor, now birds in the air. Exactly, Shirley. Chihuahuas aren't called ankle biters for nothing. I don't know why y'all think I have such tiny feet because I'm short. I have average size women's feet. My body just don't match up with my big feet. Weight wise, it does. I want Blue. Blue's my favorite. I'm short and chubby and sassy.
All right, I'll put these.
Where is
on
Blue?
the
Is he
PC.
hiding behind you?
No, he's in the living room with Tickles. They're in there doing their thing. I'll get these and I'll put them up on in just a second.
My aunt had a parakeet that mimicked the coffee maker. Well, I didn't think I would, Mama. I just want to love on him.
Oh, she gets protective of them little babies.
Oh, you should see the look my bird's giving me when I said I wanted to love on Blue. He's like, excuse me? I'm the only bird you love on.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Oh, the leaf blower. Do you mind? He said the bird would walk all the way across the room just to bite him. After biting him, he'd say, "Ow, are you okay?" There's a blue.
Yeah, he's back.
Oh,
Now
how
this
pretty.
right here he's a pineapple sun conure.
Is
And
that Skittles?
he was my no, that's Tiki. We had him
Oh.
very short time. He got out of the house and took off.
He
And
said, "I'm a free bird."
he was such a lovable bird. Me and him would play all day long. Look at that attitude right there. He was a character, and I'd say he's probably about half the size of Tickles, but he
How
was just
pretty.
absolutely that's Skittles right there. Did you see Skittles? See
Aw.
how Skittles' head is solid red, sitting on
Yeah.
my shoulder, and then Tickles is the one sitting on my chest. But little Tiki, he was absolutely gorgeous. We drove all the way down to I think it was Naples to get him. He was a fun bird. He was absolutely fun to play with.
You could tell through the pictures that he had a personality. Got him
He was
posing.
he was nothing like Blue. Blue, I love Blue to death, but Blue's just he's a Quaker.
Exactly. Quakers have all the attitude.
So I hope you guys like. Oh, by the way, show Kinley. You got them in your messenger, so you can show
Okay.
them. She might like to see those, but he's what they call a pineapple conure,
Hmm.
and he had some gorgeous colors on him. This one here, Blue, he's not a very vocal bird unless he wants to be. So if you walk into the room and you're looking where are they at, and you start calling for him, 9 times out of 10, he's not going to make a sound. Tickles, you can automatically see because Tickles is so bright, but Blue being so blue, he blends in with everything. I mean, I've walked through the house and found him on the floor and damn near stepped on him.
That's enough. Cut it out. She's just sitting there. Ah, the attitude with him today.
Poor old Skittles, he had a run in with Daisy, the min pin, and Daisy won. I never saw Mama so mad at one of our pets in her entire life as she was mad at Daisy. She literally was at the breaking point of just snapping that dog's neck, but she didn't. She just gave her a big old hug and cried. Oh, she was mad. But I think I told you that's when we found out Tickles was a girl.
Yeah.
Skittles was protecting Tickles' eggs, and we found that out after Skittles passed away. We couldn't understand why Tickles was hiding underneath a blanket so much. Well, when I pulled the blanket back, we found out the reason why. She had eggs in there, and that's the whole reason why. All right, Spano. By the way, I don't know if you heard it early, but I'm actually thinking about building one. Yeah, I'll check. Oh, yeah.
Lulu, if you get an African gray, get them when they're very, very young. Because we rescued an African gray and he was about 15 years old. And oh my God, was he psycho? Can you two quit knocking seeds into my plants? Baby bird is sitting at the bottom of his cage and he's knocking seeds through the bottom of the cage and it's landing right into my plants.
Got it, Spano.
Landon, stop. Cut it out.
Oh, at least he's laughing.
He's trying to tear apart my couch.
All right, young lady. We're going to just call it on this one. That way I can take my aspirins and get ready to go to the doctor. If that's okay with you.
That's fine with me.
Let me go see if there's somebody that we can redirect all these fine people to.
The Squiddles.
Is she live right now?
She is.
Okay, then that's exactly who we're sending everybody to. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. We're going to send them all over there. Y'all just give me a minute. Ba-bam. So did you watch the rest of that video? Or did you watch the video? For
what
the
video?
The one showing you how to redirect.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was in the stream with you.
Yeah, but I figured you could watch it later when you were able to concentrate on it.
Thumbs up.
All right,
Landon John.
It has been a pleasure hanging out with you guys today. What you got to tell them, Georgie?
Remember, guys, you're one of a kind. And never let anyone dim your light. Love you guys.
All right, guys and gals. You guys all know we've got the social media sites up and going. The links for all those are down below. You can go over and join us on one of them, all of them, or none of them. It's entirely up to you. And with all that being said, old Coop's going to say, Coop out.